Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
This is the Steamroller 2015 number 2 scenario called Two Fronts. There is kill box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 for dominating your close zone, 1 for controlling the far zone, and 2 for dominating it. You can't do either of those though until you destroy the enemy objective, and if you do so, that's another control point. Hey there guys, this is Malorian, and this will be a battle report with me trying Shae for the first time. I know when I first talked about the Buccaneer spam, a lot of people said, don't go with Magnus, go with Shae. He already runs a very fast list, so really the Buccaneer should work right in there. Really what it comes from is from the tier. You're already getting +2 speed on the very first turn for your battle group, and then as well with Coup de Main and the feet, they can really get up there. Not as fast as Magnus, but it's still really in there. So I'm going to try that. I have this tier 4, I believe it is, Shae list, and it's going to be kind of like a combined thing. First I'm going to hit with the Press Gangers, and then the Buccaneers behind. Up on the other side, I'm going to be up against Mortenebra. This is also a tier 4 list, and I believe this is the first time I've gone up against Mortenebra. Maybe I'm forgetting a time, but yeah, this should be interesting, because I just never see her. And if nothing else too, I didn't mention that, it's going to be just a lot of jacks on the table. So if you guys recognize the terrain here, it's because it's still the same from War Machine Wednesday. So a lot of buildings around, which is in my favor. Plus I won the initiative as well, so that's all awesome. Really from the tier, I also get +1 to go first, so I should get that early go at it. But really what I'm planning to do is to get up there as fast as I can, slam and use the cannon slam to keep things out of the zone, and then start scoring. And probably what that means is I'll be needing to try and score in the left zone, but we'll just kind of see how it goes. So I got the first turn, and really the Press Gangers and the Sea Dogs, they all run up. The Bosun's up there, and I like the Bosun too because he has that pitch thing, so you can try to get models out of the zone as well. But I ran into a little bit of a problem here because with Magnus, I just need to run, and then I run again. The big part of the speed from the Shae list is when they charge. So when you do Coup de Main, they get the charge for free. They get +2 speed from the tier. They get +2 movement from the Coup de Main. The problem was that wall back there. So that wall really kind of screwed things up. It's not the end of the world. Those Buccaneers would have been further up, but it was also really awkward, even for the ones that didn't have to deal with the wall. Needing to declare all these charges where I can actually fit my jacks in was really very cumbersome and a real chore. So, I did what I could. The cannon moved up, and I got the Storm Rager up onto Hawk, and I'm waiting to see what he does. So on his turn, he's not holding back. He does his spell so that all of his jacks get to run and stuff for free. And really what happens here is that the 2 Slayers on the left, they both get into the zone. So that's not good, because especially the one where he has his back up against the building, he's going to be a little bit tough to deal with. He has the other Siren and also a Stalker hiding behind the wall on the left. Meanwhile, he does the one spell. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I don't know Mortenebra, so I don't know the name of the spells. But he has it on the one jack, so when it shoots me, another jack gets to move up. So then this little spiky thing comes into me and threshers, and it's, 3 dice to hit. And yeah, he just does a lot of damage to me. Not really making any tough checks, but whatever. They'll come later. So he's already started doing a lot of damage to me. He has Spectral Steel up onto Death Jack, so his armor is higher than normal. He has another Stalker coming up around the right. And, yeah, from the game plan point here, this isn't looking good. Trying to score, it's just, he's already in the zones. And I don't have anything hard hitting to actually deal with that. So this is not very good. Now, one of the things I did see here is I think I have a spot for assassination. What I can actually do here is if I go and I feed and I do coup de main, the left press gangers and even the sea dogs too, if I wanted to, I can move them up and I can get charges onto Mortenebra. She's not camping anything. I can just get right into her. The problem is I can only get so many models into her. After I can go and slam and try and slam Deathjack into her with the Commodore, and maybe that would kill her, but if it failed, I'd be in a lot of trouble. So after spending a lot of time wondering if I should go for it, I decided, you know what? Let's not. Let's go and try and knock down both stalkers on the left with nets, charge into them. You know, they don't have the best armor, so I can maybe try and really start crippling things. Hawk and all the rest are going to really go up against this. I want to call it a Harrower. I don't know if it is. The close one here that's getting souls. And if I can destroy that Jack and really damage the two Slayers on the left, you know, maybe I can get this attrition going. So that's what I do. My Buccaneers go and they knock down the Stalkers on the left. I charge in there and I do some really good damage. The Jack that's closest to my objective, I believe both of its arms are destroyed. The one in the back, its cortex, and I think its movement is destroyed. So, I mean, they're really beat up. Meanwhile, my attacks on the Harrower, I was able to destroy that. And then I also decided to pop my feet just to reposition things. I really want to try and keep Hawk alive and really try and jam things up there. So that's what I do. As well, I forgot to say, the Commodore Cannon gets the money shot and then shoots in a Deathjack, slamming into Mortenebra, doing like 6 points of damage, so not too bad, and Deathjack is further back. And you know, as far as attrition goes, that was a pretty good turn. On his turn, though, he really comes back. So he can cast like a spell for like 1, where all of his jacks get back up, so all the knockdown didn't matter. And then he casts his other spell, where all of his things get boosted to hits, and he just goes on a slaughtering rampage. So I lose a bajillion of my guys, and it's not really good. I even lose Hawk because he kills something with Deathjack when after he kills the with a spray, the two press gangers in the way of his other Jack there on the right. It moves over, charges Hawk, and Hawk dies. So I've lost that ace up my sleeve. I've lost a lot of my infantry. I still have all my Buccaneers, but what are my Buccaneers going to do? I mean, I could use a Commodore to slam the Deathjack out of the zone, use a Buccaneer to try and slam the other Jack out of the right zone, try and destroy the objective somehow? I don't know. But on the left side, I don't have an assassination anymore. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to try and switch gears here. I'm going to try and finish off the Slayers on the left and now just start feeding the Deathjack. I'm going to try slamming into one of those Helldivers and just try and do as much damage as I can to the other Jack there on the right and just try and forget about that Deathjack because I'm just not going to be able to kill him. So that's what I do. I do some more damage to the Slayers. They are so close to being dead now. Just a few boxes on each, but they're both still alive. I go up first actually with the Bosun, and he tries to do the pitch, and I thought he could throw no matter what the size, but it turns out that's wrong. So he doesn't actually get the pitch like I was hoping. If you're wondering why Buccaneer number 7 is off on the left, he's just up there against a stalker, trying to keep it back and away. Otherwise, I do my best attacks that I can on his Jack on the right. He's turned around just because of arms and things, but he's still up. I destroy his one weapon, but don't really take him down. I did slam Deathjack into the Helldiver, and the Helldiver took some significant damage, and then I shot it with Shae and put Storm Rager on him now, and did some pretty good damage to the Helljack at least, the Helldiver, but otherwise, yeah, not really much else. I was really hoping to do a lot more damage to the Slayers on the right. And then I died. He was talking about how he thought he could just kill me here, and I thought, oh, what are you talking about? You can't kill me right here. I have all these Buccaneers in the way, but yeah, he totally could. So he popped, first of all, he came up and he fixed up that one Helldiver just to kind of like add insult, like, aha, I can fix too. But the Helldivers just kind of get out of the way. She had popped her feet. Same thing where they get to, you know, extra dice and free charges. The Jack on the right kills one of my press gangers, which lets Death Jack move to the left, and then using Ghostly charges through the well and into Shae. He doesn't have reach. He should be closer. It's just for the base and not big arms. But yeah, he gets to Shae, and even though I'm something like 17, 18 with Storm Rager up, it's no problem. He has boosts and he kills me in 2 attacks, and that's the game. So overall, interesting, but the main thing is, whereas I heard all these things where Shae is the way to go, Shae is, it really isn't. Having that combination of the press gangers and the Buccaneers really isn't any better than just having the press gangers. I'm not really getting much else to this jam, and worse off, I don't have any second line coming up that's doing any damage. I'd be a lot better off going with the Galleon behind and the stuff let other people do. So as far as Shae with the Buccaneers go, I don't really think this is a good option. By the way, I also don't think that this is a good matchup for this. Again, with all these big heavy jacks that can run into the zones, and then I just can't really do anything to them, that's not really good. So I have to keep in mind that this wasn't really the best situation, but at the same time, this just isn't as fast as the Magnus list. So I'm not going to go and turn my back totally on Shae, especially the Buccaneers. I'm probably going to try it out at least one more time. Plus, I want to try out Shae the traditional way. And yeah, either way, at least I gave it a try. And hopefully you guys like watching. So I'll catch you later. Bye.